Hi, I'm Sam Thurgan and welcome to my 2 Minutes Parsha. This week's Sidra of Tazria contains within it the case of the Metzora, the person with tzara'at, some kind of skin disease that caused tum'ah, ritual impurity that prevented a person from going to the Beit HaMikdash, to the temple, or having contact with holy things, and also was seen as something very unpleasant and also potentially contagious and dangerous. The Torah instructs that all cases of tzara'at are to be diagnosed and managed by a kohen. Now, Rabbi Soloveitchik asks, the kohen is the one who has specific responsibility to avoid tum'ah. He is the one that we don't want him coming into contact, for example, with the deceased, because they will cause him to have the state of impurity. The kohen is the one who needs to be able to serve in the Beit HaMikdash. And yet it is the Kohen who has to go to see the Metzora, has to, so to speak, make himself vulnerable to this person. What is the basis of that? Well, Rabbi Soloveitchik explains that apart from the stigma of tzara'at, or we could even say because of the stigma of tzara'at is usually associated in Jewish thought with some kind of aveira, some kind of sin or misdeed. Perhaps it was lashon hara, perhaps it was selfishness. There are a number of things that the Midrash says can lead to tzara'at. But what you have at the end of the day is someone who is socially isolated, cast out, and really stigmatized and seen as the lowest of the lowest, completely lacking in dignity. And we can imagine, the children throwing things at him, God forbid, and people shouting and hurling insults at him. It is very easy for a person in such a situation to become dehumanized. What does the Torah say? The Kohen, the spiritual elite of the nation, will go to visit him. Yes, it's true, he must be isolated and so forth, maybe for spiritual reasons, maybe to teach him a lesson, maybe to prevent the spread of infection, but it is the Kohen who will go to see him. Obviously, wearing appropriate PPE, but the great one of the people is the one who visits him, who engages with him, who shows him the respect of a visit, from the recognition of his humanity given by the Kohen. The rest of the people, it is intended, will see and will follow. Will understand that perhaps he has done things wrong. Will understand that perhaps he even needs to endure this painful experience. But his humanity and his dignity will be restored. And that is one of the great principles of the Torah. Shabbat Shalom.